And we can find strength by choosing to look at things from a place of joy. Hey y'all, today I wanted to talk to you all about the importance of joy, not just having joy and experiencing joy, but choosing joy. Life is what it is, and as they say, life be lifing sometimes. But the truth is that we are able to experience life as a catastrophe, a disaster, a tragedy, a big disappointment, or we can actually just choose to accept life as it comes, say la vie, and make the most. There are so many scriptures in the Bible that talk about joy and how joy strengthens us. The Bible actually says that the joy of the Lord is our strength, and we can find strength by choosing to look at things from a place of joy as opposed to a place of, regret and disappointment and defeat and despair. There's stories upon story of people who've healed themselves, physically healed themselves, because they chose joy. There's proof, evidence, clinical evidence of studies done that have shown that people who have, healthy spiritual lives and practice such virtues and disciplines of joyfulness actually get better faster when they go into the hospital. People similarly situated with the exact same issues and problems actually do worse, many of whom even succumb to their illnesses. Joy in and of itself is like medicine, yet another scripture, and it's backed by science and backed by studies that joy gives us strength. Joy keeps us going. Joy actually allows us to make the most of the life that we're living. Many of us take life and ourselves just way too seriously. And the question is, why? Why do we do that? Isn't it so much more pleasant to be happy? Right? Now, I intentionally don't use happiness and joy synonymously because they're not synonyms. They're actually not the exact same word. But joy can come with happiness. But happiness in and of itself is not sufficient. Happiness has to do with what's happening. Happiness has to do with circumstances. Happiness is actually from the outside in. So whatever's happening outside of us affects what's happening inside of us. And I'm proposing to you that you should be a thermostat and not a thermometer. A thermometer registers the temperature that's in the room. It actually assesses the temperature and then reflects what the temperature is on its notification, right? But a thermostat recognizes the environment, but then regulates the environment. And that's really what we should be. We should be individuals who understand that we have the power to regulate our emotional state. We have the power to regulate our mental state. We have the power to shift an environment from being down and depressing to being joyful and light. And part of that is just not taking ourselves too seriously, not having a cow over situations that are honestly just par for the course. This is not a perfect science. Life is not a perfect science that we input a certain equation and out comes all of the perfection that we've planned for and prepared for. Life happens. You wake up early, you're on time for a change. You're looking good in whatever the outfit is you're wearing. Your face is beat. You get to the door and you can't find your keys. And then you spend the next 15, 20 minutes trying to find your keys, and you feel like your whole day is being negatively impacted because of one negative thing. Many of us that would allow that one moment, that one negative thing to impact the rest of our day and to make us feel that we've basically lost a good day. But is that really true? The truth is, we can laugh in spite of ourselves. We can laugh at the irony of how everything was going well and then something so simple tried to sabotage. We can find humor even in the inconveniences. Years ago, I was in group with some women, and one of the ladies was telling us a story about how she and her husband were having this really heated argument. She was livid. She was really angry. And in the midst of her like really pouring out her heart and being really angry and fussing at him, he turns around and he starts twerking. And it disarmed her. It was completely unexpected, because here he is completely not taking anything that she's saying seriously. And just by something so simple, he shifted the environment. He was a thermostat, regulating the heated, tense, angry, hostile environment. And of course, they needed to come back to whatever the conversation was, but the energy and the vibe and the spirit of their conversation shifted from hostile and angry to lighthearted and focusing on what the issue at hand is. You know, uh, I always tell people that there's a big difference between pain and suffering. We don't have a lot of control over pain. Painful things happen. We can't predict them and we can't prevent them, right? But we do have control over suffering. We get to decide how much of an impact will I allow this painful thing to have on my mood, to have on my spirit. So I just want to really encourage you to, number one, don't take yourself so seriously. Laugh in the face of inconvenience and discomfort, and try to find the humor even in spite of yourself. And finally, c'est la vie. Understand, such is life. We don't get to pick and choose the specific details of our day, but try to focus on the fact that you can choose joy at any moment in spite of circumstances, because joy is not conditioned upon what's happening. It's all about you making a decision to embody and embrace it. God bless.